This might be my most anticipated fight out of any manga right now, and definitely in the series. This shit has been teased and built up for so long, and we are finally around the corner for the title match between Takashi Sendo and Ricardo Martinez. Look, I know Ippo's the main character, I know his match with Miyata is the big climactic fight tease since the very beginning, but in my mind, this title match is my Naruto vs Sasuke, my Netero vs Marium, my Saitama vs Cosmic Garo. The excitement is through the roof, and today I just want to speak my feelings about it. Firstly, just straight to the point, who is winning in the end? Well, I don't want to enter this fight dead set on one viewpoint. I was so sure Mashiba was going to win this title match, but I feel like it's obvious who's going to lose. It has to be Sendo, right? This feels kind of like a Gojo versus Sukuna situation, where the main antagonist has to win over a powerful ally to allow our true protagonist to verse him. Also, he's fucking Ricardo. The most difficult fight we've seen him in was Wally, and even then the effort wasn't desperation. He just let loose for the first time in the series. The hardest this man has been pushed to was a menacing smile. That is Ricardo Martinez. That is Omega, and that is the final boss our boy Sendo faces. However, that being said, I just want him to win, man. I don't want to see a crazy double spread or a crazy sequence of Sendo getting knocked the fuck out. I don't want to see all that. Plus, there's a bunch of people online thinking that he might actually die during this fight. And look, Morikawa, let's not fucking do that. Now that we're actually here, the build up to this fight was insane. Firstly, he knocked down Ricardo during a spar, a feat that has never been achieved before. Now, to be fair, Ricardo was being the shit out, bro, and taking no punches except for that singular one. But still, he landed a punch that scored a down on him. That's a noteworthy feat, not a gigantic deal breaker, but a feat nonetheless. Ricardo fought against Wally in the first place for practice against Sendo. That whole arc was some of the most intense boxing out of the entire series, was literally just a prelude to this fight. And the same can be said for Sendo versus Alf. Although Sendo did fight him because he beat Ippo, I think he also fought him because his style was reminiscent of Ricardo. There are even small moments that build hype. The small spar between Ricardo and Miyata, where Miyata is just tremendously diff. The little interaction that happens when the two run past each other during their road work. Everything's just been absolutely thrilling to watch unfold. Will this fight be a struggle, or will it be relatively easy for Ricardo? In every case, Sendo will be struggling. I think that's obvious, but maybe Ricardo will also have a rough time. I actually think this fight will come down to the wire as we finally see Ricardo fight to the fullest. I think Morikawa is going to use this fight to demonstrate that almost mantra repeated throughout the build-up. Undefeated is not being invincible. This fight will result in Ricardo's win, but it will be a bloody one. A struggle that actually hurts his image as the unstoppable boxer, the Omega. He can be beat. Now, regardless of the outcome of the fights, I really just want to see some prime character writing and growth for both fighters. Part of what made that Mashiba fight good, despite its pacing and ending, was just how well developed he became, and I really want to see the same here. Sendo is easily one of my favorite characters in the whole series. The man embodies aura for me, and his writing has always interested me. He too asked the question, what does it mean to be strong? And across the people that have asked that question, Ricardo included, he actually arrived to an answer he found satisfying. All the way back during his rematch with Ippo, he tells him that fighting an incredibly tough opponent and coming out on top is his definition of strength. After winning against Alf, he repeats that same belief. In that department, he has Ricardo beat, and I'm really excited to see how this fight affects him in that belief. For Ricardo, the character work that happened during Sendo vs Alf was also very fascinating. That desire, despite being the strongest, to test his strength, to show the fans around him the same fiery spirit as every other match, is so goddamn interesting. I think one of my favorite pages or quotes in the entire series is this part right here after that match. Even though I train as if my own life is on the line, even though I throw it all into each match, can truly nothing I do resonate with the audience? Or my match is so boring? I can see it all, I can feel it all, I can predict it all, so I never take a punch. Is that truly a sin? I'm not God. This body I fight with will still fall if I take a punch. I can feel pain, I can feel fear, I can even lose. How am I to shut all that out and still proceed? I'm just a man with the courage and dignity of any other man. I think this really sums up Ricardo's character. The loneliness and strength, the boxer spirit in him to want to test his strength despite no one being able to even come close. It's sad, and I really hope Sendo can actually give him a challenge, because that would be so cool. And yeah, I'm really excited for this match, and when it starts, rolling out and we see how it plays out, I might make another video on it. So subscribe, leave a like. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow. Peace.